everyone. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about movement. Now, movement can take many different forms. And in this case, I'm not necessarily talking about exercise yet. Part of our movement also includes everyday activities like cleaning the dishes, cooking, laundry, and everything else that might fall onto your to-do list. And so when it comes to pacing, it's really important to start it slow, find your baseline, and then base your movement, whatever it might be doing, what you might be doing, base it on time. And so once we go through that together, you'll have a clearer idea of how long is just long enough to be able to be productive without having the pain crash. For the next step, once we start to adapt to that quite well, and you think you want to take it one step further, the next step is to add a little bit of movements throughout your day to help reduce the pain. And yes, I said to help reduce your pain. It sounds a little counterintuitive because when you hurt, you want to protect, and what we typically do to protect is not move. So it's going to take, and that's why the pacing program is so important, it's going to take some time and practice to break down the movements so that they become small enough, timely enough, so that we don't hurt too much the next day. If you are inclined to take it to the next step and want to do some exercise, today I'm going to show you a couple of movements that you can do, either lying in bed before you get out of bed to start the day, or you can sprinkle throughout the day if you wish. Now, this can be done sitting or lying down. I'm going to show you lying down for now just because it's a really great place to start from. The last caveat I need to add here is that everybody's pain experience is different and everyone's at a different starting point. Because I'm tending to be a little overprotective here, I'm going to start from the bare bones minimum, at least bare bones minimum as far as the perspective of an instructor. First thing you should have is, if you are working with a physiotherapist or an osteopath or a clinician of some sort, it is really important to have their buy-in as well. So you could ask them and say, what is it that I can do? If they say, hey, you are free to move, let's explore some ideas, then I will show you a couple of exercises. There are certain conditions that will make moving very difficult, and we have to be very cautious about where we start from. And so I want you to pay attention to your body, but I also want you to know that the movements I'm going to show you are safe and slow and strategic. So while you're moving through this, if there is pain, sort of a gentle numbing pain, that's normal. If you can convince your brain that that is a pain that is not indicating harm, then we're in the right place. Okay, that's going to take some time and practice to get beyond for sure. Okay, if for any reason it's a pain that is bringing you back to your acute pain days, something that feels a little different, then perhaps we change things up a little bit. Let's get you down to your bed or to the floor or whatever you have access to. Okay, if it is comfortable to do so, we're going to bring our knees into this knee bent position here, simply because it's kinder on your hips and your low back. Okay, now if this is enough in itself, if just getting from legs extended to bent was work, that's okay. You just slowly take it in. Okay, from there, all I'm going to do is slide my right leg away from my body just a little bit as I inhale, and then I'm going to exhale to slide it in towards me. I switch to the other side. Inhale to slide it and exhale. Now again, I'm assuming if you're in bed, this might be a little easier to slip on the your sheets on the bed. If you're on a sticky surface like I am, like a mat, I apologize, it's not as smooth, but it still gets the job done. Okay, the breathing is important because it helps to calm the brain down. It also helps to keep your blood pressure in check. It's also just really tapping into that away from the fight or flight and more into the rest and digest. And when you're living with chronic pain, your nervous system tends to be at a heightened state of fight or flight. Okay? Okay. Inhale as you take the leg away. Exhale as you bring it in. One more time. Inhale as you take it away. Exhale. Good. And if that's good enough for the day, end there. You can always add something different later on. I'm going to show you a few more exercises. You're going to bring your knees a little closer together. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, see if you can just find the floor underneath you. Just with those back ribs. Nothing forced, just to feel the floor. Inhale to release. Exhale, see if you can find the bed or the floor underneath you just a little bit. And it's just touching, very, very lightly. Inhale and exhale. Good. And then from there, take a break. Again, if that's all you need for today, you have permission to take a break. If you wish to take a little bit more in, I'll show you some more movements. Okay. This next movement takes a little bit of practice, but I want to teach you the fundamentals so that it can help you move in many other ways. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes some practice, but your belly button right here is a powerful area. It's powerfully protective of your back, and it's one of the important muscles when it comes to just overall structure and stability. I want you to think about the belly button having, from the inside of your body, a little rope attached to it. And if I were inside my body, I would tie a little rope around the inside of my belly button so that I could pull that belly button in a little bit. And then I would release. Good. I'm going to take a breath in. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to pull my belly button in. Good, just a little bit. Inhale to release, just no tension. And then exhale. If you are feeling pain right now, the breath is meant to help you to change that pain experience a little bit. So inhale, and then exhale, pull the rope. Another way to think of this is taking your belly button and gently pulling it in towards your spine, very gently. Inhale to release, and exhale. Good. Okay, if that feels good and you want to try another exercise, we're going to glue those knees together and just do a little swish, very small, of those knees side to side. Good. Neck and shoulders, see if you can relax them. Good. While you're doing this, I want you to say to yourself, this movement is safe. This movement is helpful. This movement is helping me to bring me back to myself. Even if you don't believe those words right now, if we say them long enough, it's going to start to make sense. Good. It's going to be much more believable. Okay? And come back to center. Good. Okay. That is exactly where we stop for now on the first of our very beginners fundamental movements. Thank you so much for watching. Start with one movement, see how you do. If you can add another one over time, that's what we're looking for.